There's something mesmerizing about beginnings. That split second when you pause and just absorb the world in front of you. People tell you not to judge a book by its cover, but when it comes to video games, I think you absolutely should. Let's talk about title screens. But where did it all begin? Title screens weren't always these grand cinematic moments. The first video game with a true title screen was none other than Space Invaders in 1978. It was super basic, just the game's title and some high scores and that classic repetitive beat. I legit had fun playing this. But before this, there were no start screens. It was just straight into Pong. Even this set the stage to let you know what you were getting into. Back then, start screens were like a handshake, a brief, pointless introduction before tossing you into the action. But as games evolved, so did the screens. They became a chance to set the mood and immerse you in the world and give you a taste of what was to come. By the 90s, start screens had taken a huge leap. They weren't just like still images anymore. Games like Mario 64 let you interact with the screen. You could like pull on Mario's face before starting the game. But now start screens, they've become art, a statement, sometimes telling you more in a few seconds than a whole intro cutscene could. Take Hollow Knight. This game has lots of different options for start screens. Like this one, and this one, and this one. This start screen is almost entirely black, but that one single beam of light, it's so faint. It's like a whisper daring you to come closer. Or in this one, there are so many details you can just barely make out. It creates this mystery, and it just begs you to explore. It's minimal, but you know that something deep and dark is waiting for you in the shadows. Even the dust, I love the way it just hangs in the air. It's not rushing anywhere, it's just like the world is waiting to wake up.
Hi, this is editing Andrew in post. So I can't believe I completely forgot to mention anything about the music in these title screens. So I figured I would do it now instead of just not doing it at all. The thing with Hollow Knight specifically is the way the tone seems to shift depending on which background is shown. It just feels like a different vibe with each background. Like, take a look at this one. The way the music still lines up perfectly with the things happening in the background. It still captures that creepy, melancholic vibe that Hollow Knight does so well. But in this one, it feels different, even though it's the same music. Maybe I'm crazy and I'm the only one that could possibly ever notice this, and I'm just completely wrong. But I'll probably be back with future ones because I just didn't talk about it at all.
Now, Pokemon Snap, this one is really special to me. The colors here are so eye-catching and beautiful, but it also has these tiny little details hidden throughout it. Like Pikachu just running across the screen with Todd Snap. That's actually his name, I looked it up. But it's not just like a static image. It makes the screen feel so alive and inviting. This looks like a sprite taken right out of Stardew Valley or something. There are so many tiny details, things I've never even stopped to notice before. Like how it sections off each stage of the island. This is the beach and it's obviously right here in the game, and this is here and here is there. There's just so much unnecessary detail in this screen and it couldn't make me happier. And that's the magic of these screens. They're really just there to make you want to be part of them and go see all the details hinted right from the start. Even older games knew how to set the mood right from the beginning. For example, Zelda 2: The Adventure of Link. Just a simple, bold logo, those jagged mountains and cliffside, and the beautiful landscape in the back. To me, it's almost like those classic fantasy movies like Neverending Story or Conan the Barbarian.
Hey, it's me again to talk about the music more. So the opening title screen music with this one
feels more big and dramatic than the first game, with a mix of mystery and adventure. It starts slow and kind of ominous, setting a serious vibe, but then it shifts into something more upbeat and heroic. The melody balances this darker, intense tone with a sense of determination. It's a really cool change from the upbeat theme of the first game, matching the sequel's more serious story. Anyway, back to the video.
There's also others like Chrono Trigger with that iconic pendulum swing, and the music starts with the tempo, and then the C comes out of it, and then all the words come out, and then Trigger comes in like woo woo woo, and then bam, the C is a clock. This title screen is just perfect, and I'm also biased because this game is just insane. Then there's Super Metroid. Barely any music, just some eerie low-pitched notes, and a slow pan with classic horror movie cuts to introduce the title. Then when it's over and the title appears, it just kind of leaves you here. Nothing else really happens, just a creepy setting with these flashing screens and dead bodies laying on the ground. It leaves you with so many questions. You already feel the isolation creeping in before you've done anything. These games didn't need flashy intros, they grabbed you with the atmosphere alone. Sometimes the simplest screens can leave the biggest impact. Screens like Shadow of the Colossus. This one is completely silent other than some small gusts of wind. The minimalism is intentional. It pulls you into the solitude of the game before you've even taken control. There's nothing but this vast empty field and the hub area. The reoccurring theme with all of these is they introduce the game to you without giving away too much detail. There are many more examples I just want to throw out there as like honorable mentions real quick because I didn't really get to touch on them. Games like Mega Man or Yoshi's Island, all of the FromSoft games, Minecraft, Twilight Princess, Jak 2, all of the Halo games, Corn Kid 64, Bioshock 2, and many more. But none of these games even come close to the god of all title screens. This is anything but simple, and that's what makes it legendary. From the moment Link rides across Hyrule Field with that calming melody, you feel the weight of the adventure waiting for you. It's cinematic, layered, telling you right away this isn't just a game, it's a journey, it's art, and every part of it matters. It pulls you in with all these rich details that make it unforgettable. It masterfully sets the tone for what's ahead, balancing a sense of nostalgia and anticipation, pulling on the strings of curiosity and wonder. Simplicity is great, but Ocarina of Time's title screen does a perfect job at reminding us that every hero's tale begins with a moment that sets the stage for everything that follows. And that's why, to me, Ocarina of Time stands as the best of all time. So yeah, they say don't judge a book by its cover, but with games, it's the first glimpse into the world. And if start screens can pull you in and make you feel something before you've even played, then that's great. If not, then I guess this video kind of proved nothing. Thanks so much for watching, and if you want to help out the channel, then like and subscribe, maybe leave a comment. And if you want to check out some of my other videos, then they're right here. It means a lot, and I'll see you next time.